this video we are going to create a sample product, okay, just to display it on the user interface. And later with that same product we are going to edit the same product as well. Okay, so we are just going to just when we click on this product, it should ask us like, do we actually need to create a new product? If we say yes, it will create a sample product, and later if we want, we can edit it along with the image and whatever the description the product has. Okay, so for that we can go to a backend and create a controller to create a sample product. So I'm going to the order controller and creating a function. Let's call it create product, and set this to an async function within the async handler. Okay, so now let's create the new product instance. Okay, so I'm not going to get anything from the body. Okay, so I'm just going to directly hard code some values. So just so we have created a sample product, so I'm going to call this product and set this equal to new product that is coming from the product model product. And within that we are going to pass in few values based on the model that we created. Okay, so the first thing is the name of the product. So let's call it sample name. Later we are going to edit this as well. Okay, so it doesn't matter whatever you type here. And then we are going to set the price, and initially we are just going to keep it 0. Next we have is the which user actually created it. So at the moment we need some user who created this sample product. So for that we can whichever the admin who created this sample product, right, that admin we are going to set that as the user. Okay, so we can get that from the reg.user. Remember that since the user is logged in, we have a property on the request object. So about the ID of the user, so like that. And next is the image. Okay, so this image is something different. Okay, so we need to statically grab this particular image. So I'll give this value of slash images slash we are going to have the sample image. Okay, so sample dot jpeg, which I'll be creating it later. So I just wanted to show you the path by default, which destination or which source does this image pick up from. Okay, so we'll have a look at that. And next we have is the brand. Then we are going to set that to sample brand. Next we have the category, and set that to sample category. And then we have the count in stock, and set that to let's say 0. And number of reviews. Okay, so reviews also we are yet to create. Okay, so we'll be doing it in the later videos. So for now we can just hard code this to 0. And then we have the description, and set this to a value of sample description. All right, so that's done. And now let's save the product instance in our database. So let's call this created product, and set this equal to product dot save. And then we are going to send this in the form of response. Okay, so rest dot status, that is 201 for something created, and we are going to pass on the JSON, that is the created product. All right, so that's done. And now let's export this. So this is created product, not create product. So create product, and let's give a route for this. So going to the product routes, and I'm just going to chain right next to this get products. Okay, so we can chain multiple requests. So this is going to be a post request. Okay, so that is going to create product function which we are going to call. Okay, so we can also auto import that. Okay, so when we make a get request, so it is going to call the get product function, or if it is a post request, we are going to call the create product function. Okay, so it's like that. So let's save this, and now we can go to our front end, and let's go ahead and create that product. So we can go to the product list screen, and over there we can add in a on click handler for this button, and then we can make the call to that API. Okay, so we can create an on click handler and set this to create product handler. So it's a convention, like if it is any handler that is there, so we are going to append that with a handler. Okay, whatever the function does. So create product handler. So let's create that function. So let's create a confirm window whether the user actually wants to create a product. So if window dot confirm, so this is like an alert box. Okay, so which we can you know pass in some particular question, and have a button. If the user says okay, then it will go ahead and make that action. So let's call this, are you sure you wanna create a new product? So if user clicks on OK, then this is going to be true. So we are going to execute whatever is inside. So let's open our try catch, since we are dealing with promises. And now we are first of all going to create a API slice. Okay, so to the backend URL to make this particular request. So let's go to our backend. Sorry, the slices folder, and going to the products API slice, and we can create one to fetch sorry to make a request to the backend to create the new product. So we don't have to pass in any body, so we can for now we can just duplicate one of these, and then call this create product, and this is going to be builder.query, where which takes in the query, and this doesn't receive any parameters, and the URL is just going to be the products URL. Okay, so we can get rid of this like that. And so actually this should be mutation, since we are dealing with database, so we are doing some manipulations, right? So mutation, and then we are going to we need to specify the method, that is post, and we don't need this. Okay, so that's done. We can export this in the form of a hook. So use create product mutation like that, and let's save this and go back to our product list screen, and let's import both that one that we created. So we're going right next to this and going to destructure few values. So that is create product. So the first parameter is this function where we can make a call. So create product, and then we have this is loading state. We can probably call this loading create, so that this doesn't conflict with the get products query. So loading create like that, and this is coming from the use create product mutation, and we need to call it. So that's done. Now we can go to our create product handler, and we can call this particular function which creates a product in our backend. So looks like something is wrong. Maybe this is an extra thing. Yeah, so within the try block we are going to await, and whether we need to make this async function. Okay, and we are going to call the create product function, and we are going to pass on nothing. Okay, so we are just going to make a call to this, and since we are not passing anything, we don't have to unwrap. Okay, so and if there's any error we can catch it, so just copying this. Okay, so that's done, and yeah, so now we can go ahead and try it out. Hope there is no much errors. Actually here there's an error, I guess. So here needs to be another closing bracket. So I forgot that, and still there's a problem. I don't know. Yeah, everything is clear. Sometimes my laptop is slow, so we can now go ahead and test this out if everything is working fine. So now if we go to our products tab, okay, so when we click on this create product, it should prompt us to create a new product. So I'm going to click OK. Okay, so I guess we needed to put also a toast message saying that the product was created. So now if we go to our application and have a look, for some reason we don't see the product. Maybe there's an error. Let's check our console. Um, let's go to the network tab. I guess I didn't even make the request. So let's try it once again. We get a 500 for some reason, saying that product list screen is not defined. So actually this entire create product had to come in the product controller and not the order controller. So my bad. While talking and typing, I just messed this up. So let's go ahead and cut this and go to a product controller and paste it over there. Okay, so we can paste it right below this, and by mistake I imported the product list screen instead of just the product model. Okay, so that's another mistake, and let's export this. Sorry, create product like that, and let's delete this from our order controller, and now we can go ahead and test this. I guess we also need to change the path that we are importing this create product. So um, yeah, so why isn't it getting auto imported? Anyways, import create product, so that is coming from controllers slash product controller. Okay, so we can right now go ahead and call this once we make a post request to API slash products. Okay, and something's wrong. Okay, so and also we need to make this an admin route. Okay, so only admins can hit this route. So we can first protect this as well as restrict only to admins. Okay, so that's done, and now we can test this out. So we can go back to our application and go to the products, and over there click on create product. If I hit OK, uh, still I'm getting an error. So create product has already been declared. uh, by mistake I imported 2 times. So now if I click on create product and confirm this, probably it should have been created a new product. So let's go to the network tab, and yeah, there we go. We see a 201, which means the product has been successfully created, and we can go back to our front end, and for some reason we do not see the created sample product. Okay, so maybe there's some issue. So let's have a look, or maybe let's refresh. Yeah, so there we go. We have our sample product. Okay, so this image we specified, right? The path that is images slash the sample image. So I'll just explain you where does that actually come. So if we go to our order controller, sorry, the product controller, we specified a path for slash images slash sample.jpg. So this is by default going to the client directory, and over there we have made this file called public. Okay, by default when we are creating a vtab, this will make this as a static folder. Okay, so where we place all of our static assets within this public folder. So that's where our sample.jpg image resides. Okay, so you can have a look at this. I also provided this in our early videos about all these images that is in the public folder, right? So we have also this sample.jpg, which we are right now using it, right? So so that's the path related to this folder. Okay, so if we inspect this particular image, okay, we let's check the path from where does it actually come from. So so this will open up the elements tab in the console, and you see this sources slash images slash sample.jpg, and if we go to this particular image, So you see that it has a URL of slash images slash sample.jpg that is coming from the front end. Okay, so localhost 3000. So that's the place where we are fetching all of the sample products, and also we'll be creating an uploads folder where we can upload all of the folders and by through user. Okay, whichever user uploads any image will go into that folder, and we'll be fetching all of those images from that folder by creating by explicitly mentioning that as a static folder. Okay, by using the the express.static method. Okay, so that's done. So right after we create the product, we also need to add in a toast message saying that the product was created, and also we need to refetch. Okay, so that it will cause a re-render, and it will render the particular image. Okay, so with the particular product card, so that will update in our database, and it will show us the fresh data. Okay, so that is the reason we did not see the particular product card. Only if we refresh, we actually saw that, right? So we can use a refetch that we imported from this use get products query, which is similar to the use effect hook. Like if there's anything that changed within our database, so we can call that whenever we change something. So let's call refetch like that, and let's give a toast message, toast dot success, let's say product created. Okay, so let's test this for one final time if everything is working. So we can we can even create multiple products, so that's not a restriction for us. So let's go to our products, and let's click on create product, and let's hit OK. We should see the toast message product created, and if we go to our home page, and you can just see it instantly created a sample product. Okay, the new product that we created. So that is the reason why we need to use the use fetch function that we are getting from Redux toolkit query. If we also go back to our home page, we see another product sample. Okay, so that's, I hope that's clear. So that's the reason we need to do that. So in the next video, we will be going ahead and editing all of these details. So we'll be creating a form which includes all of the product description, the specifications, and once we edit all of those, we can create a button such that it will go ahead and like update our database based on this product information that we have filled in the form, right? And we'll be doing all of that in the next video.